The San Antonio Food Bank has been and it continues to be a key resource for thousands and thousands of families across our community. In the summer months, they're particularly busy.
That's why joining us in today's Leading SA segment is Eric Cooper, President and CEO of the San Antonio Food Bank. Good morning, Eric. Always a pleasure to have you on.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sarah. Great to see you, Max.
You too, Eric. So let's start big picture. What does the current need look like for the food bank?
Well, we're still seeing about 105,000 people each week throughout 29 counties here in Southwest Texas, and it's had us incredibly busy. I think as families are struggling with inflation across the board, they're coming in, they're looking for the essential staple food items to nourish themselves and their families. We're also seeing an increase over this last quarter, I think, with just rents going up and utilities. I mean, really seeing a lot of families that oftentimes have never turned to the food bank, but are needing just a little bit of extra help to get through this crisis in their budget.
So we know school is almost out. So why is summer such an important time of the year for the food bank?
Well, it's, for so many families, schools do such a great job of educating their kids while providing nutrition. Kids get breakfast and lunch, and then they're taken care of. And so as summer's hitting, we're hearing from moms worried about what they're going to do for childcare costs. They're worried about that demand for that extra food. And then they're also worried about their utility bills. The summers get hot and the utility bills get high. And so just struggling to make ends meet. We're also seeing concerns with our seniors. Interestingly enough, with just property taxes going up, worried that they won't be able to make rent and be able to buy food. They traditionally struggle with a lot of healthcare costs. So it's been a difficult time for us at the food bank.
And Eric, you kind of talked about inflation a little bit as it pertained to the people who use the food bank, but what about for you guys? I mean, buying all the food to help people around our community, how has inflation hurt you guys?
Well, you always kind of say you run to the grocery store to grab those essentials like milk and eggs. Well, eggs up almost 50%, dairy products 24 to 30%. So many of the key things that families need to nourish themselves have really skyrocketed in price. And so they leave the grocery store with less food in the grocery cart and look to make up the difference at the food bank. For us, we're seeing the same. I think the food industry as a whole is not keeping up with demand, and so it drives that price up. And at the end of the day, there's not a lot that's being donated to us, and so our prices are going up a little bit as we're trying to figure out how to procure the right food in the right amount to get to the families we serve.
So are there particular items that you guys are looking for?
Oh, Sarah, you set me up, right? The number one needed item right now is peanut butter. With kids getting off school, we feed so many children. Peanut butter is a great protein. It's shelf stable. If you're not allergic, it's universally loved. And honestly, for a lot of these homes, it's an older sibling that's actually preparing the meal for a younger sibling while parents are working. So peanut butter spreads a long way in nourishing kids. But anything that a family would enjoy, you can donate. Whatever your family enjoys, a family in need would enjoy that just as much. So.
And now we are entering the summer months. I know it's a big time for you guys, but it means a lot of people don't have school to go to. So how can they step up and help out?
Well, Max, the summertime is a great time to volunteer at the food bank. Bring your kids. This is a group effort. You can bring your neighborhood, if you're part of a church, a school, some type of fraternity or sorority. Please bring everybody. There's lots of packing of boxes. There's, preparing those meals that will go out to children. Our farm and garden are in full swing, so you can work outside, work indoors, whichever you like. Also on those front lines, there's always a need for help with distribution or delivering home boxes. So please go to safoodbank.org, register to volunteer, and then come out and make a difference for a neighbor in need.
Eric Cooper, thank you so much for joining us. You heard him. Go to safoodbank.org for more information. You can find this full interview later this morning on ksat.com.